The Canon RF 35mm will be shipping to us in just a few months. That's according to Canon rumors. We reported last month that we'd finally get an official announcement this month or perhaps mid-May. But you'll have it mounted to your camera in the next couple of months. However, in previous posts by Canon rumors, they did say that the Canon RF 35mm would be an f1.2, then an f1.4, that it would be an L series, image stabilized, and USM. But in today's post, Canon rumors clearly said that the RF 35mm is an f1.4. It's an L series with a USM motor. No mention of f1.2, no mention of image stabilized. And I know for some of you that's going to come as a rather large disappointment. Now for me, I love shooting with the wide open 50mm f1.2, but a lot of times shooting with this lens, while I do appreciate the f1.2, and yes, I do use it quite a bit, I don't find it a huge difference between an f1.4 or f1.6. In fact, most of the times that I'm shooting with this lens, I'm shooting usually no wider than about f1.6 or f1.8. I don't think, for me personally, having a floor of f1.4 or instead of f1.2 is going to be a huge deal. But I know some of you are going to be a little bit frustrated by this. So let us know in the comment section down below why you personally find that f1.4 is a disaster when compared to f1.2. But we do have some good news. This new 35mm f1.4 L series USM will have more video capabilities. I know, it doesn't have f1.2, it's f1.4, and now we're talking about video capabilities instead of stills capabilities. I know it seems like the whole world is starting to produce stills hybrid cameras that are a little bit more focused on, well, video, and the same with lenses. But bear with me for a moment. Let's talk about what these video capabilities are going to be, because Canon rumors really didn't give us a whole lot. Doesn't mean we're going to get that quasi-parfocal zooming that we see with the 24-105 f2.8. Or does it mean it's going to support those new power zoom adapters and get that Z designation? Not exactly. We've been told that those video features, well, they're to do with autofocus modes. With this 35mm f1.4, there will be new ways to use autofocus and manual focus on the upcoming prime. There will be customization in camera as well as on the lens, which will likely mean a firmware update for all Canon's popular cameras as well to be able to support the new capabilities of this lens. So perhaps 2.01 or 2.1 for the Canon EOS R5, or will Canon just go ahead and jump to firmware 3.0? I don't know. But in terms of quasi-parfocal zooming, it's certainly possible that this lens could have that video capability that we saw in the Canon RF 24-105 f2.8. And that's certainly plausible. It certainly makes an awful lot of sense. But in terms of all these new focus capabilities, whether they be manual or autofocus, well, we've seen an awful lot of patent applications, dozens of patent applications over the past 3 to 6 months that talk about, well, additional capabilities that we can expect to see in upcoming Canon EOS R cameras or RF lenses. And these are just a few of the patents that I've covered, most of them related to autofocus, from on-camera switches to new camera menu options, tracking improvements, motion blur compensation, and better subject and object tracking, and many more. I do look forward to those video enhancements because any enhancement to these cameras and lenses just make our workflow and our days a little bit easier. I do wish we had a bit more information for photographers though, because once again, these leaked stories, these posts that we see on Canon rumors and others are talking more about video capabilities instead of photography capabilities. That's one thing I would like to know a little bit more about in terms of taking photos. How will these lenses be better instead of focusing on the video capabilities? And I know this is called the ordinary filmmaker, but you see, I'm also a photographer, and I was out shooting today with the 24, no, that's not the 24, with a 200 to 800 millimeter, taking a lot of shots. Instead of shooting at 1/2000th of a second because we've got a base of f6.3 at the widest, I dialed that back to about 1/1250th. And I had a good time. I really enjoyed it. The weather's great. It was about 10 degrees, but it felt more like 20 degrees. And yes, I'm talking Celsius. Fahrenheit, it was around 50 degrees, feeling like 72 or 60 degrees, just feeling really, really terrific out there. And as I'm shooting this on Sunday, ready for Monday morning, I'd rather be outside instead of shooting this video. I'll be honest with you, the weather's absolutely terrific. Spring is here, and now we've got about 4 months of really good weather, I hope, until winter starts to rear its ugly head again. Yes, we do have long winters here, and a lot of Canadians will be saying, no, come on, we have all 4 seasons. Well, yes, as somebody who lives in Canada, we think we have all 4 seasons, but all you have to do is travel to other countries like Spain or even into the United States or England, New Zealand, and we have mostly 8 months of winter. What we consider spring, other countries consider outright winter. Anyhow, in terms of all the new capabilities in these lenses, not a lot was really specified by Canon rumors other than to say that an announcement is expected sometime this month or into May. And this is kind of, I think what we're going to see is the announcement of this lens is probably going to coincide with the announcement of the Canon EOS R5 Mark II, because you're not going to release a camera without a lens, and I don't think it makes sense to release a lens and then announce a camera just a couple of weeks later. So stay tuned, subscribe to this channel, choose all notifications, follow me on X, whatever you prefer to do, so that way you can stay up to date on all the latest and greatest when it comes to what we might be seeing over the next couple of months. New RF lenses, new R system bodies such as the R5 Mark II, maybe a development announcement for, what, a Canon EOS R1? That's also possible as well. But if you don't want to wait for all these new lenses, all these new and expensive lenses and camera bodies, boy, do we have some really enticing deals on right now at B&H, Adorama, Amazon.com, all in the United States, and we are seeing some sales outside of the US as well. The Canon EOS R5 Mark I is still on sale, $29.99 for the better part of a month now, and Adorama, they'll toss in a free 128 gigabyte CF Express Type B card as well as a card reader. You can also find great deals on Nikon, the Z8, $300 off, the Nikon Z7 Mark II, $408 off, along with the Nikon Z6 Mark II, also $408 off. So lots of great deals, and I've got a link to all these deals in the description down below, these guys right here. And if you do use these affiliate links to purchase from Adorama, B&H, or Amazon.com, a big thank you to you. But just to let you know, I do get anywhere from 2 to 12% back, which goes right back into supporting this channel. A big thanks to everybody that used my links in the past. It's very much appreciated. I couldn't do this business, this channel, without your assistance. And the one nice benefit of this, if you do use these links, you don't have to go through any hoops. You don't have to go to a special website. You don't have to key in a password, register an account, or anything like that. It just takes you directly to their site. And as long as you purchase within, I think it's an hour or so from these links, and you can even go off and pick other stuff and put them in your cart, I do get credit. So a big thanks to you. But also that you're still watching this far into the video, right to the end. Thanks a lot. I really do appreciate it. I appreciate your comments and your feedback. And I expect we'll start to get a lot more information. As I said last week, we should start to get more information as we move further into April, especially after NAB. And here we are with some information on a new RF lens. Not a lot, mind you, but it's something, right? Something is better than nothing, and let's just hope this pans out. Now, at this point, could it be a f1.2 instead of an f1.4? Well, it's really hard to say. It's not stamped as a CR2 or a CR3. We haven't seen a lot of credible rumors recently. I don't know why this is. Obviously, part of it has to go back to how well Canon is doing at plugging the leaks in their dealer network, their retail network, their supply chain, logistics. They're all channels. It's making it harder for us to cover stuff, but I do have 2 more patent application videos that are due to come out this week. One of them is on a new lens, a new RF lens, wide open and fast, so that should be coming out tomorrow, unless of course we have other very important news coming out. Hopefully we get some leaks on the R5 Mark II soon. I'm really looking forward to seeing what this camera is capable of. I need to buy a second camera. I'm going to buy it anyways, but you know, is it going to be one of those cameras where I buy because thank God I've got a backup camera now, I've got a second camera to use, or is it going to be one of those cameras where all of that is true, but like, wow, the improvements to the autofocus subject tracking is amazing. The improvements to the stills capabilities, dynamic range, this new stacked sensor, hopefully, or backside illuminated sensor. I want to get excited, but there hasn't been a whole lot in the marketplace to get me excited. But again, looking at the Nikon Z8, I think it would be a big surprise to everybody, Canon customers, Nikon, Sony, and Panasonic, if Canon doesn't, at the very least, put a backside illuminated sensor in the Canon EOS R5 Mark II, let alone a stack sensor. But that's it for now. Again, thank you so much for watching till the end of the video. I very much appreciate your support. But until tomorrow, have yourself a great day, a great start to the week, and we'll see you again soon.